Hey everyone, it's Michelle from the Purpose Collective, and today we are going to talk about UTM parameters and how you can use this method to get a better idea of where your website traffic is coming from. So my screen is sharing this handy spreadsheet. It's a UTM tagging template, and I'll link it so that you have access to make a copy for your organization and use it as your own. But we're going to use most of these columns to ultimately generate a URL, column G over here. There's an equation already included in this entire column. So whatever information you put in these prior columns will help you generate exactly the URL you need to include in your email newsletter, your social media posts, your partner's website that directs traffic to your website, in your paid advertisement, wherever you would typically link your website, you can use these UTM generated URLs instead to gather that detailed information. So let's zoom in right here and take a look at each of these columns and how it'll help generate that URL at the very end. So this first column is URL. It's also the only required field, though that wouldn't be very exciting. You put the URL where you want to take individuals wherever on your website you want them to go. For me, this is our freebies page and also our free office hours. Let's say I want to direct folks to those two pages. That's what I'm putting here in my URL. And though the URL is the only required field, the other parameters that you see here, this is where things get interesting and where you'll be able to better track information and better kind of filter through everything when you get into reporting to give you a better sense of what's going on. So here you have source, which is another important parameter, and this is the identity of the source of your traffic. And you can label this however you want. It can be your monthly newsletter, a fall promotion that you're holding. It can be Facebook, so a specific social media platform. It can be Google, a search engine, or a partner website. This is how you're going to identify where your traffic is coming from. Next is medium, and this is the parameter used to describe the medium where someone is accessing your link from. So pretty broadly, these are email, social, cost per click, website, really kind of broad focuses that you can categorize here. And then the third parameter that is really useful to include is the campaign. So perhaps this is a specific action you want someone to take. For me, it's encouraging people to go to my freebies page or encouraging people to go to free office hours. So I'm using those as my campaign names. But if you have a fundraising campaign, a sales campaign, something that's unique to your organization that helps you identify how these links are going to be used, feel free to put that right here. And then we have two other parameters that aren't always used, but can be helpful if you want to drill down on your information further. And that's term. So perhaps a keyword term that's used in your messaging that you want to test out. So for me, that's free resources, time, free marketing, expertise, free marketing. These are the terms that I want to test out and that I use in my copy. And so I'm including that language here so that I can remind myself that I've used this in my content. And then finally, content. This is determining what someone clicked to get to your website. So it might be a call to action, a header image, or a button, whatever it might be. All of this information is going to help you generate this URL right at the end, and you can copy and paste these URLs into wherever you're going to include your website link.